Now, let me start once more. This evening, good evening, everyone. My name is Mazezok, and welcome to Njenje Media TV. Now, it is my pleasure to have you, especially those of you watching from the other platforms, especially those of you watching on YouTube. It would be nice to know where you are watching this evening because, as it is, I can see that many of us are on YouTube, but for some reason, the algorithm here, or rather, the system is not telling me how many people I do have on Facebook. Something is broken, but it doesn't matter. Good evening, everyone. And I am Mazes. Okay. So, yesterday, I thank many of you who came back to me yesterday, many of you that actually appreciated the work that we did yesterday, looking into what Adams Oshomole, the former APC national chairman, that spews rubbish. And I do consider him a man with mouth erection that talk and he talks without thinking. It appears that his mouth goes before he engages his brain. That's what led to his downfall. A man who didn't do so much magic in the state of Edo State. That is why you can see that the people of Edo are very, very obedient in this movement. Having said all this, and I will say to us, yesterday is gone. We've addressed Adams Oshomole. Again, it appears every day we must be addressing um, lies that people spew. And you see, the thing that I do, and on this platform we do also, is to ensure that these lies, irrespective of who that lies is told against, if we find the time, will come and correct it. Because if this election is going to happen, if we're going to be in a society that is sane enough, then we must also demand that things be done right. I mean, let's have an argument on facts. This platform is fact based. If by any chance or if by anything happens that we publish anything that is that has any atom of falsehood, we do apologize and we'll take it down. Because there is one thing we want to keep the community clean. We want us to have conversations based on something that would make sense, based on something that is right and something that is not in any way, shape, or form concocted. On that note, this evening, I will bring to you a man many of you will know so well, Mahdi Shehu. Mahdi Shehu, for those of you who do not know him, is a Castina born, he calls himself an activist. But many, like the Lagos Axis activists, many of you say they are cashivists. I don't want to categorize him as a cashivist, but recall that about 2 years ago, he made some serious allegations against Governor of Castina State, Masari, and equally the Governor of Kaduna State, El Rufai. Eventually, this man was told to come to court. If a man who is an activist who fights for justice, equity, and fairness, who wants things to be done right without any form of corruption in any way, shape, or form, if that man will be then asked by a competent court of jurisdiction in Nigeria to come defend himself, do you then think that that man will be acting up? I'm not saying he did, but we will see. Why I am addressing Shehu Sani, oh, pardon me, the Afro Senator, pardon me. Why I'm addressing Mahdi Shehu this evening is nothing but the comments he made that I found appalling. The comments he made calling on the northern Muslims and northern Christians not to vote for any southern candidate. I found that appalling. A man from Castina State And we must keep telling them this gospel truth until it gets into their thick skulls. A man from Castina State, if he wants, I can go back and get him the 2007 presidential election. Yaradua won that election because of southern Nigeria, especially the southeast and the south-south. Yaradua is not from Bayelsa, neither is he from Cross River, or is he from Benue State or Edo? No. Yaradua is from the northwest. But irrespective of the fact that Nigerians knew that he is, or rather, because he's dead now, he was a Muslim from the northwest, they voted him overwhelmingly. Overwhelmingly. That is what happened, not of Nigeria of yesterday, but Nigeria of 2007. He won that election. Yes, that election had some irregularities. May his soul rest in peace. A man I so much admire, a man of peace. You know, when I tell many people that amongst all those that have governed Nigeria, all those that have become president and prime ministers in this country, a man I admire so much is Alhaji Tafawa Balewa. Go to YouTube now after this, after watching this. Go and search for Balewa in America. You will be proud. You will be proud to be a Nigerian. Look at the diction of the man when he speaks. What does leaders do? Leaders inspire confidence by the way they carry themselves, by the way they talk, by their actions. There is no leader that will give you food. There is no leader that would, give you, come and share money too, Leaders inspire you to achieve things in greater height. So when I look at that man, when I listen to that man, you now watch his interview with BBC when they asked him about the non-alliance nation. You see, they set him a trap. A smart man. That's why no matter whatever anybody tell me, I do not like that 1966 coup because it's one of the things that got us where we are today. And sadly, that 1966 coup took the life of that man, so referred then the Golden Voice. 1966. I wasn't born then, not even anywhere close to being conceived. But what am I driving at? That same man is not from the southeast, neither is he from the south-south. But Nigerians loved him. Sadly, the coup happened. He was no longer there with us. Sadly, in 2010, Yaradua died. He is no longer with us. Now, what am I driving at? And here then is a man coincidentally from the same state as Buhari, whom Southerners also voted, because the Yorubas that voted, that ensured that Buhari came to power, they are also Southerners. And they voted for him. Rightly so. It is their right. It is their right to vote for whoever they wish. But now here is this man going round the north, telling people that they should not vote for a Southerner. You see, where sometimes it appears that this Nigeria, as it is today, has no Mekwatalism. I hope you understand what Mekwatalism is. I bring him in. Mahdi, Shehu. This is the rubbish he spewed.
This is a message to my northern Christian brothers and sisters, specifically for you. Why? Because if you go to the south-south, to the southeast, to the southwest, a Christian from northern part of Nigeria is a northerner. Simple.
Now, look at what he's saying. If you go to the south, southeast and south, a Christian for the northern Nigeria is, doesn't matter whether Muslim or Christian. Well, he is right. My people view them the same. While their people as well, you know, honestly, people, pardon me, but I hate to address us as humans. Us, them, my dear. I hate it. These men shouldn't be dragging us to where we should have left. He's saying that when they see you in the south, they do not. And he wants to talk about if anything happens, they will be killed. Then I ask, in the 1950s, when riots happened in the north, before the 1966, in 1965, after Operation Waitier of the Western region, when the crisis ensued that eventually culminated into the coup that happened in 1966, Shehu, then I asked, was any single northerner killed in the south? But especially the people of the southeast, or rather the race called the Ndibo, were used as mince pie. We were killed at every corner in the north, to the point that when reconciliation came, late Colonel Odumegwemeko Ojukwu convinced his people to go back again. Please, let's not regurgitate history. It is painful. It is painful to regurgitate. But here is a man you would think he knows better, is here spewing tribal nonsense.
If there are breakdown of land orders in Enugu, they kill everybody, whether a Muslim or Christian coming from the north. This is the record that is on ground. Nobody can deny this. Christians of northern extraction, think wisely, act wisely, behave wisely. You have no business voting a southern candidate based on Christianity.
You have no business voting a southern candidate based on Christianity. But you have every business voting a northerner based on Islam. Can you see logic? Can you see when men that ought to reason like human begin to reason from the behind, from the orifice? Logic. Oh, okay. Do not vote southern Christians because they are Christians, but vote northerners because they are Muslims. You see, arrant nonsense. You see, logic. The people of Agato, the people of Benue, when you were being killed, did anybody ask you if you were Muslim or if you were a Christian? They took your life. When they invaded you, they took your lives. Should we then ask even your own people of Castina that you cannot even go to your village today? When the invaders came to kill you, do they ask you if you're a Muslim or if you're a Christian from Castina? What of Sokoto? What of Bauchi? What of Bonu? What of Nasarawa? What of Niger? When they come to kill you, do they ask you if you're a Muslim? Oshun, Ogun. When they come into your forest to lay siege for you, do they ask you if you're a Yoruba Muslim or Yoruba Christian? We must not bring down this conversation to become a religious affair. Man says, okay, he's telling you this night, give me that Oboni man, give me that native doctor that will fix Nigeria. I'll vote for him. Damn Christian, damn Muslim, damn whatever religion. You are Ekanka, you are Adam Mumuye, whatever you are, bloody you want to fix and you can't fix Nigeria. Competence. We must be a people of empirical evidence, empiricism. We must be a people that must dwell in competence, not religion, where your parents had sex to beseech you. No, it is arrant nonsense that in the year 2022, a man
At the end of the day, his agenda is not you. His agenda is his own tribe. If you pick Obi, his agenda is not Christianity. He could be a fantastic Catholic. But below the Catholicism, he is a die-hard Biafran.
He is a die-hard Biafran. I don't know what to, I don't know what to say at this moment. Yes. My good friend Chido Numa wrote a book, We Are All Biafrans. Aisha Yosefu made a video one time and also stood by that. We are all Biafran. As long as you are being oppressed, as long as you're not getting the leadership and the governance that you deserve, yes, you are a Biafran, because it means that you are still struggling. You're not yet at your destination. And here is a man telling you, do not vote for Peter Obi because he is a Biafran. Oga, do not vote for Peter Obi because he can fix Nigeria. But because you love primitive thinking, you love to live in huts, not in modern society. That's why you must keep driving this narrative. Then I call on my brothers and sisters, both Christians and Muslims in the north, not to listen to this fraud, because this man is nothing but a scam and a fraud. And I'll prove to you. Please do not listen to him, because he is nothing but a scam and a fraud. He's telling you not to vote for any Southerner who is a Christian. What has Christianity got to do with competence? If you want to, the same, let me not call him, let me, Mazi, calm down, because this man is really getting under my skin. The same man talking and spewing this garbage, when he wants to fly to Mecca, he does not care the pilot that will take him to Mecca if he's a Christian or a Muslim. Look at him. He will not come and say, hey, pilot, mudanini, kagani Christian ni, kagani Muslim. He won't say it. He will just go in there. He does not care, because he knows that before an airline hires someone to sit in the cockpit, that individual must be competent. That individual must have gone past through series of exams before that individual gets to that point. But when it comes to someone who would take you from the barbarism, from the killings, from the, from the maladministration besieging you, your children are at home for the past 7 months, getting to 8 months now. In a couple of weeks, it will be that our children have lost one full session. That means they've wasted 1 year doing nothing. Tragedy. And this man is not talking about who is going to do it, who's going to fix it, who's going to have the sincerity of purpose to speak to the lecturers and beg them. And I have a plan with them and stick with that plan. No, he's not interested. All he's interested in is, don't vote for a Christian. Shame on you, Shehu.
If you vote Obi, you are voting for Biafra. No missing of the words. If you vote for Biafra, you are voting for the destruction of the North. Tell me, a Christian from Taraba, Nasarawa, Kogi, Kwara, Kaduna, Kebbi, Sokoto, Bauchi, Gombe. Tell me what you drive, the benefit you will drive by voting Obi. Just tell me one single benefit.
Before you continue, Can you also tell them those places you've called Taraba, Adamawa, Gombe, Bauchi? Can you tell them the benefit they have driven since they've been voting Muslims? Can you tell them? The people of your state, they are Muslims and they voted Buhari. Can you tell me one single, not two, just one single benefit they have driven for voting Buhari, an incompetent man? Tell me. Why? Jesus Christ, where is your brain?
The answer is there is none. If you want to know the answer is true, go to Enugu, go to Aba, go to Inewi, go to Akwa Ibom, go to every part of the south as a Muslim, as a Christian, and ask for a land to build a church. I thought Christianity is supposed to be universal. Go and ask for a land to build a church there as a Christian from the north.
Oh dear, this incitement is too much. Go and ask for a land to build a church. I am struggling not to call this man some names, honestly, because this is live show. I'm struggling not to call him names. Again, for the unperturbed times, let it be that one is repeating and regurgitating known information. There is no land to be given. Anybody, if you have your money to buy land to build church, whether you are from Sokoto, Adamawa, Bono, you get land. If you need one, inbox me. I'll, as long as you pay my 5% or 10% agent commission, I'll help you get one. It's as simple as that is business. If I come to Christains, I do not ask you to give me land for free. I buy them. If I come to Christains and I look at the state, I think the only secure place, the only good place for me to live is in your GRA. Of course, it's expensive. I'll work my ass off. And I will go in your GRA and I will buy the land, I will build my duplex if I want to live there. Same way applies that, when these men say these things, I'd say, how is this man going to just go home, think he has done something?
You will never have one. You will never have one. But all over the north here are churches owned by people from where? From the south. The land is owned by them. The church is owned by them.
Oh God, the church is owned by them. The land is owned by them. Did you build it for them? Did you give it to them? Did you give them the land free? What is Jesus Christ?
You go to these churches for service. You give the usual weekly tithe to them. They are eating fat, growing fat on you as Christians, brethren, belonging to the body of Christ. But if you want to know that you belong to different Christianity, go over there and ask for a land to build a church. Not even the mosque. Not even a mosque. Indigenous Muslims in the south now are building mosques and Islamias with hard-earned money, but with a lot of intimidation from government. A lot. We've given them enough accommodation. But the truth is that they are not thinking Nigeria. Obi is not thinking Nigeria. Quote me anywhere, any day, anytime. And no apology for this.
I have never in a very long time heard openly a man spew so much nonsense in one video. The South is not thinking Nigeria. If the South say, okay, we are not thinking Nigeria, then let us go. Let us be on our own. You are the same people that will say they are secessionists. Then I ask, what do you want? Do you want to be a Muslim nation and be on your own and govern yourself frequently by your Muslim inclinations? You will say no. Vote for a competent man that will make life easy for everybody. Just like Peter Obi normally asks you guys, tell me where you can buy bread as a Muslim. Those sitting down there, show me where you can buy bread as a northern Christian. Then I will be the second person to be at your back. Show me where you buy Dangote cement 50% cheaper than they can buy in the South. Then I will be there. Obviously, many people can't afford to buy cement, hence the continuation of building houses with mud. And a man in 21st century, a man that is a scam, a man that is a fraud, is opening his mouth, spewing this level of hate and garbage, because that's what it is. That's what it is. Just pure hate and garbage. Pure hate and garbage. And I just, Jesus, I just think about it and I say to myself, how did these people get to these positions they actually occupy today? How? How do they get to the positions that they occupy today? Now, it is time. The man that you've just watched now, quote me, and I want him to take me to court. On this platform, I make bold with no apology to call him a fraud and a fraudster. He is nothing but a scam. Northern Christians, Northern Muslims, do not listen to him. Vote for someone that is going to make your life meaningful. Vote for someone who loves education, that is going to ensure that your children are not at home for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, even a year. Vote for someone with character. Vote for someone with competence. Vote for someone with conviction. And vote for someone with sincerity of purpose. Vote for someone who can see that, as Aisha normally says, that the son of nobody does not need to know anybody to become somebody. That's what we must be driving at, not religion. I said here, I do not care if the next president is whatever he is, even if he's a native doctor, as long as he will fix Nigeria in a very logical and scientific way, the game is on. Bring it on. Let us not be divided by this nonsense of religion. And this man is here spewing garbage. And this is a man that made some claims. It's just like this thing he's saying now. When you call him, he will start dancing. This same man said that Masari, the governor of Zamfara, Christains state, was stealing money, was doing this, he was now taken to court. Suddenly, the man said he had spinal cord injury. You remember him? Now I will expose him.
Shehu Sani revealed, and I even learned from very reliable source that what he even said was not the exact. When he revealed how much they were earning, they almost roasted him. Perhaps that was one of the reasons why he never got back there. So the truth is that until
hold on, let me go back.
Mahdi Shehu are learning fast from the politicians the act of.
Now, what you're going to see is Mahdi Shehu's form of scam, his own scam, the way when he was taken to court. That is the same man spewing that ethnic hatred. Ethnic hatred. Now, what
using theatrics to evade trial. Katsina-born whistleblower Mahdi Shehu appeared in court in crutches over false allegations against Governor Aminu Bello Masari. He was later caught on camera in police custody walking around. Let's share some of the videos with you.
So that is the man. That is the man that is spewing that nonsense. The man that is trying to ignite ethnic war, ethnic tension between the North and the South, between Christians and Muslims, brothers and sisters. Whether you back the sun, you face the sun, you cite the sun, whatever, however you pray, do not listen to this garbage from this man. Your future and the future of your children is very important. Do not listen to a man who is a scam. This man is hell and hearty. The same man you're watching now is someone who is telling you that he has spinal cord injury, he cannot walk. That you see the way they are just cleaning him, he think he's dying the next moment. There is nothing wrong with that man, because just to go to court, that man is there deceiving himself. The man is nothing but a scam. He is a fraudster. He is nothing but a fraud. I cannot call him that enough, because that's what he is. Look at him. Lying down there, everyone will think he's dying. Look at him here. The same thing Dino Melaye did. The same thing. They are all the same. He's just learned the trick from the politicians. Look at him, the way he's being wheeled from, in the wheelchair, and he's just intentionally shouting as if anything happened to him. He's shouting. He's a scam.
Under the police custody, I was stung by a snake. Under the police custody, I have lost my weight, my waist. I have lost my neck. I have lost my legs. The intention is to kill me.
Now, the same man that is saying that the intention is to kill him, that he has lost his leg in the police custody, look at him when he left the court. Look at the way he is now walking. He has left the court. He has left the court. He has come into a room. He will tell you he's a Muslim, that he's going to pray for Allah to do whatever, to forgive him or whatever. But look at that same man now walking on his own. The same man that says his spine is broken, his leg is broken. Suddenly, miracle will happen. Hallelujah! Miracle has happened. He's now keeping his crutches at the side. He's now behaving like a Nigerian Pentecostal criminals, Nigerian Pentecostal pastors that will go and buy brand new crutches and say that they've healed people and the people are now walking. This is it. This is the same man that is spewing ethnic hatred. Look at him, standing, no aid. The same man that was shouting, oh, my spine, my leg, that police has done this. Look at him. He didn't know that there was a CCTV camera because they knew he was playing up. That is what we are going to use to fix Nigeria technology. Tell us why there should not be armed drone patrolling Lagos, Kaduna, Abuja rail line. Tell us why we cannot use technology to control Nigerian oil extraction, to control the pipelines. Yet we cannot do it today because those that we have elected to do it on our behalf are all thieves. Like this man here, that's what he is. He's a fraud. He's an ethnic bigot. Call him the name that he deserves. He's nothing but an ethnic bigot. Look at him. He's now standing. Standing, no pains, nothing. And the next thing he's going to do is now to go and pray to a God that he has used in deceiving people. Tell me, this man tomorrow will come and say, I want to become a senator. I want to become a governor. I can do this. I can do that. How can a fraud give you anything good in life? The same man that was carried before, hallelujah, miracle happened. He's now walking. And this man will have the temerity to go to youths and begin to brainwash them and tell them, do not vote a Southern candidate. Do not vote a Christian, because if you vote them, they do not believe in Nigeria. Do you believe in Nigeria by forming Boko Haram and bombing everybody out of everywhere? Do you believe in Nigeria by even destroying your own state of Castina? Do you believe in Nigeria by all these criminal activities? As if, thank God that even as we speak today, that not a Southerner is the president. Look at him. He's praying after he had deceived the court. But he cannot deceive technology. It's just because the Nigeria is a useless place. If not, this man should be in life imprisonment for deceiving the court. But look at him, the same man that couldn't walk. Look at him now, miracle just happened. Unbelievable. Madness. Madness.
Of stealing so much money.
Now let's listen to the hangout Tutoju, the analysis.
Prayers
listen
now,
to what they are saying.
you know. So he claimed that the kind of money that he claimed that the government had stolen through the security vote
that state had never received that kind of money. So now, when the secretary of the government of the state,
That's like Dr. Inua.
took him before the Sharia court, he stayed away. You can accuse people, but when it comes to
come and prove
We
it.
have to
see
go
you
and prove, yeah.
in
Substantiate your allegation.
you run away. He was given a bail. He jumped bail, and then the IG ordered his arrest. So he was then arrested and taken before a judge in Kano.
Okay.
It was in police custody. It was in police custody that these shots were taken. You know, and he never, even in his widest dream,
He never thought.
he never thought that. He thought that as far as he was concerned, there was this wall around him that will ensure that no one, the outside world, cannot see what he's doing. As we have seen now, the secret camera recorded.
Was there a glass demarcating?
Yes,
Because
and
the
that
person was
glass,
actually following him with the shots.
Yes,
you know
that
that
glass.
it's not CCTV.
No, not CCTV. You know,
The person was recording him,
yeah,
moving.
the person was stealing the shot.
Okay.
He didn't know that by that glass that they could record from outside.
And you will not see.
Yes, because you are inside, you will not see the person who is outside. You understand? So they were able to now record, show the world how dishonest he is. Because if you want the world to trust you,
As a whistleblower,
believe that you are a whistleblower,
You yourself must be clean.
Then
if you want to come to equity, you come with
must not demonstrate conduct that suggests to them that you are not trustworthy. You know, and if you accuse people of all kinds of crimes, then you should be able to defend these allegations. If you defame a person, you must be ready to defend yourself in court. And that's why the SGS, Dr. Mustafa Inua, took him before the Sharia court. Of course, he ran away. He refused to face the...
Religion. If you cut me open, one thing that will come out is blood. If you cut yourself open, it's the same blood. Whether I am black, white, whether I'm Igbo, Yoruba, Efik, Mumuye, Hausa, Fulani, we are all human. We are all of that African heritage. We are all, by whatever that it is that brought us together. Some will say divine mandate, some will say Frara Shaw, some will say Lord Lugard, some will say amalgamation. Whatever that brought us together, for the fact that we find ourselves in the space called Nigeria, we have to respect one another. Nations are moving forward. Egypt is building power and using it. Nigeria, 200 million people, cannot in 20 years, generate what Egypt is able to generate in 3 years. Our politicians are raping us dry. They are raping us without any form of protection every day and night, abusing us, abusing the resources that God has given unto us, abusing our children, abusing our younger generation, keeping them at home, not teaching them anything, not even when the curriculum of what they are going to be taught is messed up. And we wonder why we are not making progress. And we wonder why other African nations, let's not talk about the world, let's just remain within the realm of Africa, that they have gone and have left us behind. People, every one of us, my dear good people of northern Nigeria, we must resist such men. We must resist their messaging. We must resist them by any means necessary, that they should not come close to you. Neither do they come close to your children. If you want a future, if you want a brighter future, we cannot keep living in backwardness. a nation that makes one step front appears to take 20 backwards. The only place that I know in planet Earth that every time you leave and come back 3, 4, 6 months later, things deteriorate. I've never seen improvement. Yet, when you go to Dubai, you go to a place, you stay in this hotel today, 1 year later, you come back, you see some of the construction sites you've seen, they're finished, the place is looking better than you met it. If air condition was working today at the airport, you can bet me that if you leave and come back in 3 months, that air condition is broken down. Rather than talk about the competence of those that will come and help fix the economy, help fix the infrastructure, we are talking about religion. Are you not aware, northern Nigerian youths, that both this Christianity and Muslim or Islam, as the case may be, are foreign religions brought onto us? It's not indigenous to us, that must be said, both of them. Then how can we allow ourselves to be brainwashed by a foreign religion imposed on us by means of conquest? No matter how you dice it, both of them by means of conquest. And that will be what should be detaining our attention. That is really sad, that a man of such character will be allowed and nothing happens. But I know that if certain people have said that same thing, there would have been national outrage. Stations will be playing it, but now many people, no one says anything because, of course, if they do, it will go against certain principles, certain people that control conventional media. That's why we on this platform must keep speaking. We must keep speaking up. It really hurts that in this year and age, someone at that level will be making such nonsensical comments. If you haven't subscribed to this platform, my name is Mahdi. Okay, by all means, please click the like button, like this video, share this video, make it go viral. That's all I demand of you. Share it with your friends. Let's shame them, because in 2023, it must not be about religion. It must not be about tribe. It must be, look at these men, see Nigerian as a world-class listed company that needs the best of brain to manage. Let no one tell you, oh, Nigeria, how can you compare Nigeria as a company? There is a reason people succeed in private sector. If Nigeria must be better, we must run Nigeria as a private enterprise. This nonsense of turn by turn, stealing, turn by turn, using incompetent people everywhere, both at the armed forces, both at the security agents, both in the government, in the ministries, everything keeps going down. That narrative must change, and it must change now. What are we going to bequeath our children? Hate. Oh, hate this person because he's Hausa. Hate this person because he's Yoruba. Hate this person because he's Igbo. Hate this person because he wears hijab. Hate this person because he wears skirt. Come on. Why is the world moving forward and these men are here discussing mundane things that makes no sense? It's really, really, really disheartening. Like I said before, please, by all means, can you subscribe to this platform, please? Click the like button, share this video, like it, please. I will be rounding up with the second segment, which is that the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency had their biggest seizure of drug in Nigeria, the biggest. The money runs into billions of naira. Listen, have a listen to this.
It's 1.855 tons of raw cocaine. We had some concealed or filled in these 10 buses, and the others shipped in those drums. I'm sure you can see the drums over there. This is the highest singular seizure of cocaine in the history of this agency. What you have here comes to over $278 million, which is street value. If you convert that to Nigerian naira, you are talking of over 194 billion naira. And the men you find behind there, they are members of an international syndicate that the agency has been on their trail since 2018. And just lo and behold, in few days, by the grace of God, we were able to track them down to this building. This building, the man, please, I'm not talking to you. This building, it looks unoccupied, but then it's a warehouse for this international cartel.
Now, after the seizure yesterday that runs into billions of naira, what the NDLA had done is to begin to move those seizures. Some of us, the only thing I can add is we hope under Baba Mawa, we know he's an action man, but we pray and also hope to hold him responsible that these seized cocaines shall not find themselves, find itself back to the market. We know what happened with Abakari. Seized cocaine. They sell it. It somehow found itself into the black market. We hope that this is not going to be the case when they've taken this out. This is when they now took it out. So you can see that the NDLA just scattered everything and taking everything away. So, and before I let us go this evening, let me quickly say the following. Some of us have said that there was this trending Yoruba video, Yoruba past prophet, I may call, I think is Aladura or whatever, saying that no one should vote for Peter Obi or an Igbo person. The same way I condemn this is the same way I condemn that as well. That is wrong. The same way is the same way I condemn the one in Anambra called Ebube Monson, because he made such comment. He said that no one should vote Hausa man, quote unquote, meaning no one should vote a Muslim. What it means, or a northerner, because it can be used interchangeably, that's within that place. What it means, that he is on his own altar spewing ethnic hatred as well. If we must make progress, our job must be to call out when such comments are made, that we'll call them out. I condemn what Mahdi Shehu said, the same way I condemn what that Yoruba prophet was saying, because these things ought to be on competence. Like I keep saying, even 2 years ago, many of my friends who are watching now know the conversations we had before. That if Osibanjo had come out to be contest in this, no matter what people would say, I would have campaigned for Osibanjo based on competence. I know that many people are not happy, that he kept quiet while certain things happened. But again, if you understand governance and understand that that man was a caged man, then you have pity for him. But at least the times that he had the opportunity to exercise power. One, when he engaged the Niger Delta militant, especially the Niger Delta Vengeance. Two, when he when the DSS invaded the second arm of government, that is the judiciary, under the head of DSS, Daura, and within 24 hours, he sacked the head of DSS. That was when Buhari was sick. And the man from Bayelsa was made an interim head of DSS. When Buhari came back, rather than confirm him, he let him go. Why? Because he's not a Muslim and he's not a northerner. Let's not deceive ourselves. Such actions must be called out and such actions must be condemned. If an Igbo, I don't know how to call him now, a reverend, pastor, or whatever, is saying do not vote for northerners. And again, there is one bad thing that man said. He said, any Igbo man that votes for North or whatever should not should be dealt with. I said, no, that is so wrong. That is nothing. I don't know how. Honestly, it's so wrong. Three of you, so wrong. We must begin to drive the narrative of voting people vote based on competence. We must begin to drive the narrative voting people based on capacity. We must begin to drive the narrative of voting people based on their character, the content of their mind, their capacity to do what is right. Not because their parents slept with one another in one particular part of the country and you are born there, therefore it becomes a stigma. Why does it mean that, why doesn't it bother you that when Nigerians, when they leave the four shores of Nigeria and go abroad, they succeed, but while here, they don't? Why? Because the environment is so toxic that they do not. But again, these are narratives by these old fools, because that's what I call them, and I make no mistake, because that's what they are. These narratives by these old fools must change. And in changing that narrative, we must get it right. On that note, I say thank you very much for joining me. Nigeria indeed has gone from top to bottom, but our job is to see how we can make it go from bottom to top. Please like, share, and subscribe to Njenje Media TV. And I am Mahdi Ezoke. Good night.
ABC Nigeria, Nigeria from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom.
This one Nigeria is all tumbling. I'm beautiful water. Everything is not funny. They will play the ball. I play. My neighbor press ball. He throws the ball apart.
ABC Nigeria, Nigeria from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom.
This one Nigeria is all tumbling. I'm beautiful water. Everything is not